It says I'm live. Good morning, YouTube. I don't think there's anyone around, but in case anyone pops in, as I've always said, I'm always happy to talk to myself. It's something I tend to do at home anyway. Anyway, I'm going to very quickly whip through. It's something I tend to do at home anyway. Oh, anyway, now I've got feedback. Bear with. I'm going to very quickly whip through the stuff that I got. See if I can add some light on myself as well. Oh dear, this is terrible. Don't you think people should get more organised? I think I should get more organised. Has that improved the lighting? Oh, hi Missy Moo. And hi new collector. Shall I start again? Good morning, YouTube. I am just going to do very quickly... Hi Steve, I was just watching Shell's unboxing video. Natalie had the same glossy box yesterday, so it was interesting to see Shell's opinions on stuff. I really like Shell's videos, much more than yours, Steve. Hi Super Saver Debs. Hi Kirsty's Curiosities. I am going to do, if I ever get to the end of this sentence, a very quick car boot haul from Sunday. And I think today is Tuesday, but I have had such a busy weekend that I don't actually know whether oh, look at my fringe. I don't actually know whether I'm coming or going, but all of my car boot stuff is still piled here from Sunday. So I'm going to go through that. So without further ado, the first thing I'm going to show you, you have already seen if you watched me and Caroline making fools of ourselves yesterday. And it is, of course, my enormous rainbow willy. In case you didn't watch Caroline and I making fools of ourselves, this was 50p. I bought it because I thought the dog would like it to play with. The dog likes cuddly toys, and I thought it would be entertaining to see the dog wandering around with an enormous rainbow willy in his mouth, because who wouldn't want to see that? But then somebody said they might actually like to buy it, so I haven't given it to the dog yet. He keeps coming in and looking at it and going, is this willy mine or what? So yeah, but I it's quite cuddly. It's quite odd, isn't it? A little bit strange, sitting at home on a Tuesday morning, cuddling my willy. I can't be the only one who's sitting at home doing that on a Tuesday morning. We'll move on. We'll move on. Okay, I also got... Hi, Southwest Sellers. New collector says, just got a large shipment of items from our country this morning and listing them now. What have you been buying? What's your thing? What's your bag? This is a Yardley Sweet Pea vase. Now, one of the car boot guys was doing fill a bag for £1. So there wasn't a great deal there that I wanted, but there was a very nice picture frame that I wanted for the front room, so I chucked that in. I chucked this in, like I said, it's Yardley. When I picked it up, I was like, Yardley, that sounds familiar. Of course it does, it's a bloody perfume. And yes, sure enough, on the side there is the by appointment to Her Maj. By appointment to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother, perfumers and manufacturers of soap, Yardley & Co Limited, London. And the design is Yardley Sweet Pea, and funnily enough, it sells for about 9 or 10 quid. So... I really like sweet peas, but I don't particularly like that vase. Who knows? Kirsten is having... Oh, new collector says he sells video games. And Kirsten's having reselling time out this week. I've got really stray hair annoying me. Caroline said you and she were going charity shopping on Thursday, Kirsten. So, I should warn you, she buys everything. She leaves nothing for you. She's a terrible, terrible woman. You just wander around in her wake, wishing that you'd seen the things that she's buying first. Awful, awful lady. New collector says Australia and UK have the same region, so we can buy in bulk. I'm sorry, I'm assuming you're a he, but you might be a she. I do beg your pardon if you're not. You buy in bulk from the UK and sell here in Australia for about triple the price. Wow, nice markup. Kirsten says charity shopping is fun, not work. Yeah, I get that. Hi, Jake. And the new collector is a he. Hello, new collector. I don't know why I've got to do a deeper voice to speak to men. It's not usual, is it? It's been a very long weekend. I am so close to the edge of sanity, you wouldn't believe. My guests have only just gone. They were supposed to stay 2 nights. They had car trouble. They stayed an extra night. They've just left this morning. Don't get me wrong, they're family and they're very nice, but you're used to having your house to yourself, and I've not got any flipping work done whatsoever. Also in my bag for £1. Dora the Explorer roller skates. These are fun, aren't they? They sell for about 6 quid, so they're not going to make me my million. I don't really understand this kind of... There's a little flappy bit in here that lifts up, and I don't quite know what the hell for. Because this, I don't know. I have no idea. But they sell for, yes, about 7 quid. And like I said, when you get them in a bag for £1, silly not to. Pete's Retro Collectibles is in the house. Hi, Pete. I'm assuming you're Pete and not one of Pete's collectibles. Right, am I live again? Am I just sitting here now tapping away on the keyboard while you all watch me? Because that's absolutely gripping, isn't it? Steve says, my daughter made me twitch this morning. Today's PE day and she wouldn't get changed for school but still wanted to go. Just take her in her pyjamas. That wears off really quick, I tell you as well. Particularly if they've got breakfast down the front. They go, no, I can't go in my pyjamas. Well, then we suggest you get dressed. Harsh mummy here. Right, what was I rambling about before the connection went? Dora the Explorer roller skates in a bag for £1. £7, is that where I was? Okay, somewhere around there. Also in my bag for £1, just a bit of rubbish really. I think these are from Card Factory, bride and groom teddy bears, but I thought, you know, stick them on. They're in a bag for £1. They've cost me nothing. They've cost me, you know, sort of 10p or 20p or something. They can go on for £5. We'll see if they go. Pete says his net is slow today. Perhaps we're on the same, perhaps you're my next door neighbour and we're on the same Wi-Fi. Perhaps you're using my Wi-Fi. In which case, get off. This has got a lovely long hair on it. That's my long hair. This is the problem with doing your car boot hauls like 2 days late is you can't remember what you paid for things. I think this was £1. I'm fairly sure this was £1. It's Mini Club Baby, and Mini Club, is that Boots or is that Mini Mode that I'm thinking of? I don't know, there'll be a care instruction here somewhere. Oh my life, you can tell you're getting old when you have to start holding things further away to read them. Mini Club, anybody? Made in Sri Lanka, good old Sri Lankans. Perhaps it's a standalone brand, I can't remember. Anyway, it was £1. It's a good time of year for this kind of thing. The lady said it had only been worn once because she'd bought it at the wrong time of year for the child that it was going to go on. It's got really cute feet. And Super Saver Deb says show us the label. You've got one label in here like so. Adam, you missed me losing my connection, which is pretty much all anybody watches. When they see me live stream, my connection goes and then they watch me going, am I back? Am I gone? Am I gone? There's the inside label, Super Saver Debs. And there's the reverse of the inside label. So not a lot to be going on there. So yeah, that was £1, barely worn. So there'll be a tenner in that, I would have thought. Pile of shame growing behind me again. Oh, it is Boots. Thank you, Southwest Sellers. Is your name Gary, Southwest Sellers? Have I got the right person? Yeah, so Boots. Lovely. Thank you for that. Dog coat. £1.50. Oh, Nuclear says video is nice and clear and audio is great at least. As long as you can hear me blethering, eh? £1.50 for a dog coat. Too big for one of my dogs and too small for the other. Dog coats sell surprisingly well. I'm not sure why. It will obviously have to go through the wash because it's still got some of the last dog in it, bless him. But yeah, it'll have to go through the wash, but they do sell quite well. And it's camo, which is popular. So I thought that's, don't dogs have coats already? This is England, Adam. It's cold here. I don't know which part of the country you're in, but I went out this morning, my nose nearly fell off. Ridiculous. They're talking about repairing my roof. I don't want my roof repaired in winter. I'd rather have a bad roof than have them take it off because they're replacing it, not repairing it. Speaking of dogs, that'll be the postman who they feel the urge to savage, despite the fact that he's never done anything to them. Enough! Bear with me. Dogs! He's gone! You're shouting at each other! So, I also got from my car boot guy an Eternal Bow flower canister. So Eternal Bow, it was mainly sold through Argos, I believe, back in the late 80s and early 90s. Huge range. They did bread bins and toasters and kettles and everything you could possibly want. This will need cleaning out because it's got, again, some of the old occupants still in there. But for a quid, that will easily go for a tenner, maybe a little bit more. So Eternal Bow, worth looking. The Eternal Bow refers to the very, very 80s pattern there. Steve says postmen are evil. My dog certainly thinks so. My dog thinks the postman's out to you know, kill them, and they've got to sort him out first. Bear with me while I open my can. Cheers, everybody. I'm not on the gin, although believe me, I'm tempted. Oh. Am I back? That will make a nice urn. Southwest Cellars, is that the flower jar you're referring to, or the vase? I could always run a pick your own urn service, couldn't I? You could just, yeah, pick your own urn. Choose your own service. New collector thinks it legit think I'm diabetic from the amount of Pepsi I drink. Do you drink full sugar? I always drink sugar-free. Pepsi Max is sugar-free, but that's the other chemicals that take you out, isn't it? Flower jar for an urn. Do you know, I've got one of the old dog's ashes downstairs. I could bung him in the flower jar. That would increase the value. Urn complete with occupant. So, Harry Potter. Prisoner of Azkaban, which is really this prisoner must be locked up somewhere, because I find it really, really hard to find Prisoner of Azkaban, especially in hardback. And this is in quite nice condition, and to find it with its flyleaf as well, with its dust jacket even. £1. £1. But this way I might actually one day have a bundle. Yeah, Gary says posting ceramics is not a problem if packed. But exactly, you have to wrap it so that you can throw it across the room and feel quite confident that it will be fine. And yeah, providing you've done, and just assuming that Hermes are going to clog dance on it. Oh God, yeah. But if Lisa's here, we better not mention Hermes, because she'll go off pop. Yeah, Kirsten, basically bundle it until you think you wrap it until you think you've wrapped it as much as necessary, and then wrap it a lot more. That's basically it. Good morning, Chelsea. No, Lisa is not in this morning. I don't know. I must have managed to come online at a time when Lisa was not available to view. Clark's. What are these? Clark's Artisan wedges. These are you know, leather uppers. Well, you know, Clark's shoes, always good. They were a quid. They were a quid. So they will sell for, I would say 12 to 14. I would expect to get on those. Oh, no. I'm saving my best thing till last. So. I've got a Weight Watchers Pro Points calculator. That's in its box with its instruction booklet, and that will go for easily a tenner. That was, I think 50p. I may have put, no, 50p, definitely 50p. Terrible, my memory. It was only 2 days. I've got 18 people watching. Hi, 18 people. Anyone I haven't already said hello to, I'm sorry, I didn't deliberately miss you out. I got a That's Not My Teddy, 50p. I've now got about 8 That's Not My Teddies, and hardly any That's Not My Anything Else's. 2 Jules toiletries. These were 50p each. Now, individual toiletries from gift sets you wouldn't normally bother with. You'd think, oh, well, who wants that? But the Jules ones, I buy them cheap, bundle them up, sell 4 or 5 in a bundle, and they sell really quite well. So by the time I've paid possibly 2 quid at the most for my bundle, because sometimes the individual toiletries you can get for 10p, but 2 quid at the most for my bundle, and you can usually guarantee on turning that into 10 or 12 pounds. So that's always worth, Jules in particular, worth looking out for. Southwest Sellers got their first sale of the day. I've not got a sale yet this morning. I have had a payment for something I sold yesterday. Shelley Braithwaite has joined us. Good morning, Shelley. She says she loves our chats. My darling, I just ramble. I just sit here and talk a load. I'm starting to wonder if I'd had a stroke. Have you seen this side of my mouth? If I'd had a stroke, I'd know, wouldn't I? But look how droopy I am here. Maybe it's time for Botox. Oh, there's a scary look. Imagine if you went for Botox to improve your appearance, and this is how you came out looking. Southwest Sellers has sold Southwest Sellers has sold a £180 Panasonic DVD VHS combo this morning. Well done, you. Round of applause. And Kirsten has sold a blood pressure monitor. Well done, Kirsten. I don't think Adam Kelsey enjoyed my face. He says, "Stop it, Carla." What's wrong with my face? Oh. I am going to stop it. This is just ridiculous. I may actually rename my channel the Carla Being a Twat channel. I got this. This is a Hello Kitty mug. And again, you might look at Hello Kitty mug and think, why would I bother? But it's Hello Kitty Liberty print. And anything Liberty print is crazy popular. And so this tiny little mug, not even big enough for a decent sized cuppa, will go for £10 to £12. So worth looking for. Anything Liberty. Anything at all. Kirsten talking about her blood pressure monitor reminds me that I got this. This was £1.50, and as you can see, the box is manky. The box is absolutely destroyed, and I may take it out of the box to sell it because the back of the box is all horrible as well. But the item inside is unused. So body fat monitor will go for a tenner, and I don't think it needs its box. I think the box will devalue it rather than the other way around. Adam, is that shocked face at my horrible face or at my horrible box? Build-A-Bear shoes. I got some Build-A-Bear shoes the other day, so now I've got 2 pairs and I'll put them on as a bundle. They were 50p. I have to tell you, this is how frazzled I've been this weekend. I looked at the bottom of these shoes when I got them out of the bag yesterday. My daughter was sitting over there on the bed and I looked at the bottom of these shoes and I said, these are in really good condition. They haven't even had any wear. And there was a silence, and she said to me, how much walking around do you think the teddy bears do? What can I tell you? I've had a very stressful time. Also in my filler bag for £1, I got a Wentworth wooden jigsaw. These are always good. Again, a horrible dirty box, but actually it's in its polythene, so that'll come off with a wet wipe. It's actually a Bristol... It's a commemorative one from when the difference between the old BRI and the new BRI. So, Adam, I'm not ashamed to confess to how stupid I am. I am frequently a complete and utter dick, and I'm not remotely ashamed to let people know. Life's too short to go around pretending you're perfect. So yeah, jigsaw. Wentworth jigsaws can go for anything between 8 and sort of where's the top end? Who knows? The box is a bit battered. Did I just show you that? There's a kind of a bit of damage here on the box, so that's going to devalue it slightly, but it is still sealed, which will up it slightly, so who knows. Jigsaws, yeah, Adam, he says I need to look up about jigsaws because they're everywhere. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by the internet gods who struck me down, jigsaws are everywhere. A lot of them have no value, although as we come into Q4, as we come closer to Christmas, even the ones that you might think have no value will have more value than the rest of the year. As Southwest Sellers has said, anything sealed is got to be better than anything unsealed, and plus it saves you the bother of having to count it and check it. But certainly the ones to look out for are the massive ones. So if you find one with 5,000 pieces, then the chances are it's got a good resale value if you can get it cheap. Anything sealed, and also the Wentworth ones. The reason these are popular is because they have little pieces in there. I don't know if I put that there, I don't know if you guys can read it. Or even if the print will come up back to front or something stupid. Anyway, they have little pieces in there called whimsy pieces. And they are unusual shapes. So they might be... I had one here, but I think I've listed it and put it away. They might be a shape of a guitar or something, and so some of the jigsaw pieces have very flat edges. It's quite a difficult jigsaw to do if it's a large one, and also because you only have that tiny picture on the box, that makes them more. And they're collectors. People collect them. There's people out there for everything, and everything has a resale value. You just have to find the right person. There we go. Philosophical moment of the day. Yeah, Falcon, a great one. I sold a 5,000 piece Falcon jigsaw a couple of months ago for £145. Sorry, excuse my throat. I paid £4 for it in the jam shop. Sold it for £145. It sat for a while, but it did sell. It had watchers from the moment I put it on. I put it on at 150. After the first 30 days, I dropped it by a fiver to 145, and then it sold. So, yeah, always worth looking out for. I got 2 pairs of Clark's First shoes. These were £2.50 for the 2 pairs. £2.50 for Clark's First shoes. Again, tiny bit of cleaning up needed, but not very much. And there's probably probably £7 a pair in there, maybe a little bit more, depending on which ones I've got. I haven't really looked at them, but some of the fur shoes go really, really well. People like Clarks for their babies. Southwest seller says trains and World War II planes are also good sellers. Missy Moo is off to the post office. Have a good day, Missy Moo. Nice to see you. I've got a trains one here that I was meaning to list somewhere in the pile. Might even have gone in the loft. That stuff that I got from the charity shop last week, I think it's gone in the loft. But there's a classic trains jigsaw in there, so I thought that might have some value. I got this for £4. He would not budge down. I tried and tried and he wouldn't go. He started at £5. And I said to him, I don't want to pay £2, and he said I'll take £4, and he wouldn't go past £4. How many trains do you find in the charity shops? Well, Thomas, for starters, smart ass. This is a Remington Amaze, smooth and volume. Remington Amaze, smooth and volume. God, I sound like a munchkin. We'll have to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard. I might be a bit manic now, have my Pepsi. It's brand new, as you can see. It's all still in its packaging. It will sell for £18 to £20. So that's not bad for £4. The zip's a bit of an arse on it though. I also got, this is my second to last item, so if anybody's got an exciting day planned, I'm going to release you into the wild any minute now. I got, here comes the bum. This is the problem with reaching out the chair. You guys get a horrible view of my back end. I got a yoghurt maker. You will see these everywhere. Are you off, Steve? Have a good day. Yes, shouldn't you be at work, Steve? Are you actually at work? Laugh as always, even though you prefer... Steve, I love your vlogs. I just think Shell's great. I think Shell's lovely. How she puts up with you, I do not know. But have a lovely day at work. Try not to overdo it. We all know how much you love your job, mate. Yoghurt maker. They come with 4 bits, so when you buy one, make sure you've got all the 4 bits. So you get the bit inside, and then this bit and that bit and all those bits. So make sure you've got the full lot. You can pick them up for £1 usually, and they're good for a tenner. This is bread and butter. This is not, this is not hard hat for whichever game thing it was. We're not making thousands here, but I am paying the bills, which is what it's all about for me. And finally, this is my really, really pleased with pickup. The lady wanted a £5 for these. I offered a £3. She went to £3.50. I would have been happy at £5 if I'm honest, but you have to try, don't you? These are Bally vintage boots in beautiful condition. What would you say? Worn once, maybe? Look at that. That's absolutely... I would say worn once. I would say that they are probably 20 years old. Maybe slightly more. If anybody knows more about Bally boots and shoes, then please do let me know. But either way, when they were new, all that time ago, they were £155. So they were, bear in mind, £155. If this was 20 years ago, you could buy a small semi-detached for £155. So yeah, they're a very expensive high-end boot. I got them for £3.50. I am looking forward to selling them, and I'm not sure what I'm going to get for them. I really don't know, but I was really pleased with those. And that's it. That's my Adam Kelly says with inflation exactly £155 20 years ago. Gold knows, compound interest and all the rest of it. So that's it. That's all I got from the car boot this Sunday. The big one that is in the field is not being held at the moment due to the weather. I think that'll be off now for the winter. I think we've seen the last of that. I may have to start going over to the other Saturday one, or trying to find another indoor one somewhere, because our indoor one's quite small. There's always this feeling when Kirsten's off. Have a lovely week, Kirsten. Give my love to Caroline, and try not to get up to too much trouble on Thursday. There's always this feeling at the end of the summer car boot season that you didn't get enough, that you should have hit it harder, that you should have stocked up more. But the problem with stocking up is that, as I've said before, I think in a couple of videos, if you don't list it almost as soon as you get it, when you go back to it a couple of weeks later, all just looks like a pile of crap. You sit there going, why on earth have I bought this? There's no money in this. And you've lost interest in it. You've lost the spark. The buzz is at the buying point when you find it and you go, yes, there's money there. I can sell that. There's definitely money in that. If I don't list it within, I'd say, a couple of weeks of that, the spark dies and I don't see the value in it, and then I can't be bothered and I just start ignoring it and it becomes scenery. So there's, for example, up on top of this unit at the back end, there is a Sylvanian family's Birchwood Hall or whatever it's called. I know there's money in there. If I'm sensible about that, I know that I can sell that for 30 or 40 quid. It's been up there for a year because I've lost interest in it. And that's silly. That's, you know, why buy stuff if you're not going to sell it? Hi, Peter. How are you? So, yeah, so I think it's all very well to have piles of stock. It's all very well to build up stock with a view to listing it in the future. But I think it's actually better to list it as you get it and not stress too much about whether it sells straight away. Once it's listed, you can carry on relisting it. It'll just keep on rolling. Whereas if you put it away before listing it, there's a chance it will never ever make it onto the screen. And you could have sold it. So I don't know. I don't know everything. I don't know anything much. I just do what suits me. I do what works for me. And what's going to work for me today is actually doing some flaming listing. Adam Kelsey says he sees my point. It feels like he doesn't have enough, but he has loads on it. Exactly. You think, I haven't got any stock. I've got to buy more. And I feel like I wasted some of the car boot season. I didn't go. There's a big one on a Saturday on the other side of town. There's a big one this side on a Sunday. And I only went to the Saturday one, I think, twice over the whole summer because it's the other side of town. It's a lunchtime one. It starts at 12. So to get through town to get to it is a pain in the knob. And so I frequently don't go to that one. In fact, I very rarely go to it, and yet it is worth it. There's a massive one at Cheddar. People come from miles around down to Cheddar for a Sunday morning boot sale. And I don't go just because it's a bit of a trek down the country lanes and I can't be bothered. But I probably should apply myself. This is, the teacher said this at school. All over my school report. Does not apply herself. Could do better. Must try harder. Should focus more. All over it. Adam says, do I find the charity shops get better as the car boots finish? I don't know, really. I think charity shops for me remain about the same all year round because of what I sell. Mostly clothes, shoes and bric-a-brac. It's always there. We were talking the other night about gift sets, you know, in January. Do the gift sets of it. When I was on the Tat Chat the other week with Nick and Zahir, and we were saying that the gift sets don't... People assume that come January, the shops will be full of people's unwanted Christmas presents, but it doesn't happen that soon. In my experience, you don't get rid of your unwanted Christmas presents until later in the year when you've let go of the guilt from them. So somebody gives it to you and you think, oh yeah, that I don't really want that, but somebody gave me that, and then about 4 or 5 months later you're like, no, I really don't want that, I can go now. Yeah, Southwest Seller says he met a dealer at a car boot a few weeks ago and he mentioned Cheddar as a big car. It's really big. In the summer it's huge. In the winter it's smaller, but some of it's indoors, so it does keep going all around. There's a lot of traders there. In the indoor part there's an awful lot of regular traders, and to me that's not who I want to see. I don't mind having a look through their stuff, but the chances are when you go back the following week they'll still have the same stuff because they do it every week and they try. Obviously what you really want is those people who are just having a clear out, pulling out the stuff from their spare room and so on and so forth. But Cheddar is definitely, if you're not far from Cheddar, it's definitely worth going down there. Shelley Braithwaite, do you still keep out of season listings going, or do you pull and then relist? I keep everything going. If I pulled it to relist it, I'd never get round to relist and I'd forget what was there. So everything just keeps on rolling. And people do buy bikinis in December. People go on holiday all the time. People, surprisingly enough, buy Santa outfits in July. Some people, you know, it's always summer somewhere. You know, just because it's chucking it down here, it's always summer somewhere. I suppose it's only over Christmas on one day, but you know, people plan ahead. Some people start buying their Christmas presents in January and their decorations in March, you know. Southwest Sellers, where do I source when the car boot's finished? Then it'll be purely charity shops. I'm lucky I live in a massive city. Bristol's a really big city and it's huge charity shop wise. There are probably 100 charity shops on my side of the town alone. Before I even start going off onto the other side of the town and rummaging around in the little villages and stuff, there's probably 100 charity shops just this side of town. It's massive. You just have to accept that your pricing, your costs are going to go up in the summer because obviously the charity shops are higher. Car boot season is silly season, isn't it? You know, that's when you're going to get your stuff for 50p, your 5 clothes for £1, all of that. And that's what I meant when I said that I feel perhaps that I didn't take enough advantage of it, that perhaps I should buy more stock in the summer and store it up to list in the winter. Southwest Seller said he lived in Bristol for 20 years before moving down. Which part of Bristol were you in? I'm North Bristol, not far from Cribs Causeway Mall. Adam says even if you find one item every 2 shops, that's loads. It's very rare that I walk out of a shop with nothing. I would say you can usually find something in most places, and sometimes you walk out with an armload. It's just the fact that you spend more in the winter. The clothes in the charity shops, the chances are, unless you find a pound rail. I'm like, what am I doing? I really must cut my fringe. Look, I'm like Cousin It. Unless there's a pound rail, then the chances are your clothes are going to be £2.99 upwards. You know, very rare that you find a cheap charity shop clothes-wise. Whereas in the summer, your car boot clothes are going to be 50p for a pound, you know. Fish Ponds, Kingswood and Longwell Green. See, now Kingswood has a lot of charity shops, and I very rarely go over there. And yet that's sideways for me. I wouldn't have to go through the town to get there, so I don't know why I don't go over there. I should have a day out over there, perhaps. Longwell Green, not so many charity shops. I don't think they've got the big Asda and stuff like that, but I don't know. It's a while since I've been over there as well. And Fish Ponds, of course, there's a long strip of charity shops all up Fish Ponds Road and Straits Parade and all of that. So, yeah, it's not a bad side of town really for charity shops. I don't think the other side's quite as fruitful. I don't know why. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to talk about or anything before I actually do some work? Peter Ray came out of 2 charity shops yesterday with a whole load of DVDs, which he showed. I haven't seen your YouTube video. What's your channel, Peter? Is it just Peter Ray, or have you got a different channel name? I didn't realise you were doing videos. I'd be interested to tune in and see what you're doing. I'm sure I've had a stroke. Look, one side of my face is all down. Look, what's this all about? Or maybe both sides. Maybe I'm just a miserable arse. Maybe I should smile more. You couldn't spend all day doing this, could you? No. You'd get put away. Adam says it's the lighting. I've got the light. So do you think if I put this light under here, do I now immediately look younger and more cheerful? Younger. It won't bend down though. Look, now it looks like Zahir's microphone, and now it's blinding me. Yeah, Peter Ray's. It's just his YouTube channel will come up if I type his name in. I will have a look, Peter. I'll see what I can find. Adam Kelsey says he'd be suspicious if I smile. It's a bit of a dodgy smile. It's a dodgy look in the eyes as well. Southwest Sellers started sourcing at car boots and charity shops. Could never get enough stock. Now source 99% from auction. Now see, auctions I don't go to. I don't know of any general goods items round about. I've had a look. I know there's one down in Wells that does general household goods and whatever, but I haven't seen any in Bristol, and yet there ought to be some. But every time I Google for auctions, I just get fine art. Now, I don't want to go and buy a Garibaldi or wherever. I think that's a biscuit. I do want to go and buy a Garibaldi, a Da Vinci or whatever. You know, I don't want to go shopping for fine art. I just want to buy Dora the Explorer roller skates and dog coats. That's the kind of stuff that I feel safe with. So I'm sure there are auctions somewhere in Bristol that do household effects and things like that. My dad takes stuff down to the auctions in Wells, but like I said, it's a bit of a trek, and I'm lazy. Just plain lazy. I have somewhat tidied my cupboard area. Can you guys see this? Look, there is actually a clear space there. Oh, it's me! See, now I've banged on there and the dog's gone stupid again. But yeah, somewhat tidied my cupboard area, and now I have very little excuse not to do any work. Southwest says he lives not very far from Kirsten and could go to 2 or 3 auctions a week. And Adam says he was thinking that looked a bit tidy. Yeah, I pushed all the drawers in as well. That made all the difference. Just closing the drawers made everything look tidier. Bear with. Kai, that was me. And you know it was me because you were in the room, you silly sod. That's Buddy now, standing there going, oh yes, I've made a fool of myself. Buddy. Buddy, come here. Come here. No, he's not coming. No, he's quite happily camped out on the bed. He's pulled the pillows down. He pulls all the pillows down and makes himself a little cosy nest, and then he gets in the middle and sits there like that, doing a smug face. So yeah, so unless anybody else actually has anything they'd like to ask or talk about, I will have to go and do some work because this stuff doesn't sell itself. I wish it did. The buying is the fun part, isn't it? The shopping, the choosing, the finding the bargains. That's the fun part. Yes, Adam is sending me off to do some work, and he's right. I've been streaming for 35 minutes. And that's 35 minutes. I could have listed 50 items, couldn't I? Just sheer laziness. Everybody have a lovely day. I hope you all achieve wonderful things today and make millions. I am going to list 50 items. I actually agreed to Becca's challenge to do 50 by the end of the week. I'm going to try and do 50 by the end of today. I think I can do it. Do you? Have a lovely day. Everybody take care. Speak to you soon. Bye.